Okay.
It's happening. Okay. We're on Facebook. We're recording. I'm winning in all categories. Yay. Okay. So you'll have to forgive me. I'm getting a sinus infection and I feel horrible. And this is actually the most important topic of our whole recruiting training. So I hope I can keep my thoughts collective and this down to 15 minutes because there are so many facets of how we reach out to people, how we talk to people about the business. And the biggest thing that I want you to take away from this specific training about reaching out to people is we are in a people business. Very early on, Becky Crenshaw said this to me, and I was like, yeah, we are. It is not skincare. We're in a people business. And with individuals, you have to develop a relationship with them. If people do not trust you, if they think that you don't think that they're special, if they think that you are massively reaching out or by any way trying to use them, you're going to be a huge turnoff for people. I think one of the key reasons why I've been successful is I'm not a people person like Becky, but I can be very personable. I want to get you one-on-one with a cup of coffee. I love to ask questions. I love to get into people's worlds. I love to spend time with people, regardless of whether you do Rodan and Fields or not. I enjoy getting to know other people, how they do life, why they choose to do what they do. Do other people not intrigue you? They do me like I'm always questioning, like, wonder how they do life. And so I always ask questions. And to me, there's no question that's off limits. And maybe I turn some people off, but most of the time people are so intrigued that I ask so many questions. And once you start asking all these questions, what you find out is people love to talk about themselves. They love it. And they get so engrossed in me asking questions that they become incredibly self-centered and they don't even ask questions about me. And that makes me sad because what it makes me realize is so many people don't want to get in their world. Everybody is walking around with their own agenda. Okay. So I encourage you, as you are identifying people to bring into your business, people who you think would be rock stars, I want you to do a little bit of life with them. Don't just look at them as a number because they're going to feel that. And that's not going to win them over. The brand stands on itself. Our product stands on itself. But at the end of the day, these people are joining you and they're joining your brand and they're looking to you to take them to the top. And so if you are caring and nurturing, that is going to go so far. And how you do life and relations with this person speaks volumes to them. Okay. So we're talking about reaching out. And so Becky and I trained on this at convention, and one of the little acronyms that she came up with was IDEA, IDEA. And I'm not going to spend a ton of time at this. It's on virtual. You can go and watch it. But it's identify the person you want to talk to. D, drip on them. So a drip would be, oh my gosh, you're so cute. I love that purse. And I just earned a purse with the company that I work for. That's a drip. Okay. And them going how'd you earn a purse? Engage. So giving them a sample, inviting them to an event, inviting them to a coffee. You're trying to engage them and then asking for the sale. And so these next videos that I'm talking about, I'm going to hone in on the dripping and the engaging, because what I've seen a lot of people get stuck doing is they're engaging, and there's no response back. And so you got to shock the system, okay? And a lot of that has to do with relationships outside of Rodan and Fields and being a real person outside of Rodan and Fields. And so we're going to talk about that. But this specific, what we're talking about today is just initial reach out, okay? So there's 3 categories that I put people in. There's people that we know, okay? People that we do life with are warm market. Second, there's people that we're acquainted with, people you see in car pickup line, at the grocery store. You've maybe volunteered with them. You've worked with them at some point. They're acquaintances. And then there's a third category. There's people that we don't know. Cold contacts, cold strangers, okay? With these first people, these warm market, these people that you do know, I am all about reaching out to these people and just keeping it strictly business. If I think that they're going to be awesome at the business, then when I have reached out to them, by the way, I've worked my warm market, I go straight for the business. And the way that I word this is I just say, and Sally's always my person, by the way. Sally, I just started this little side gig. I am so freaking impressed with all the stuff that this company has to offer. I want to meet you for a cup of coffee because together we can rule Crossville with this opportunity. And I want to tell you what I see, and I want to tell you what my vision is. And I think you'd be perfect for this. This could be awesome for us. Okay. So yeah, if it's somebody that I know and I've built a relationship, then I'm going to go hard for them on the business because I've already built that trust. Okay. They trust me. All right. By the way, anytime you're reaching out to somebody, if it's over 5 sentences, they ain't going to read it, okay? Whether it's an email or text message or a Facebook Messenger, more than 5 sentences. And I'm not talking about a sentence that goes on for, an eternity with over 100 words in it. I'm talking about 5 simple sentences, a itty bitty paragraph that ends with a question. If it's more than that, you're messing up and you need to revisit your language with your sponsor because that's where your problem is, okay? People nowadays don't have time to read all that shit you just sent them, that vomit. Rodan this is number 1 and here's why and here's all the data. No. Nobody's going to read that. No, ain't got time for that, okay? And so it's your job to just get them to talk to you, get them to meet with you, get them on the phone, okay? For these warm market people, okay? That is your goal. Your goal is always to get them to the phone. So that initial reach out, less than 5 sentences, simple sentences, okay, is to just get eyeball to eyeball so that you can throw up on them all that stuff and they can ask questions and they can take it in at their leisure without sitting there and reading all this stuff, okay? All right, so that's category number 1, the warm market. Category 2 and 3, people that we're acquainted with, people that we don't know. I'm just going to be real honest with you. I have really backed off over the years leading with the business with these people. Why? Well, first of all, it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable for me. It's not gone well for me several times, okay? Because why has it not? Because there's no trust there. There's no trust. They don't know me, okay? And so what I do with these people is I lead with product. And here's another thing that's happening with me. I live in a small town, okay, and that's where I do life. And pretty much everybody here knows that I do Rodan and Fields. And so I really honestly think that what's happening is people feel that I have an agenda, and it's very important for me to develop a relationship with them, and not to mention Rodan and Fields, so that those barriers are brought down. And so me just sharing a sample of a product and not even going to business right away is worked beautifully for me, okay? Beautifully. Okay, so let's see here. I want to make sure this is not, yeah, okay. So when you are coming into contact with these people that you're acquainted with, that are cold contacts, I want to tell you what your first step should be with these people, okay? And a lot of you need to revisit your list, okay? Because there's a lot of people who, and this may have even happened in your warm market, you may have gone straight for business with them and it might not have been good. It might not have been something that they were interested in, and you forgot to spin off that and just go straight to product and get them on product, okay? So for those people that you vomited on in your warm market when you got started, I want you to consider the fact that you just need to give a sample to them. You just need to share the product with them. And your goal right now doesn't need to be to bring them in the business. It's just to get them on product. Because I have a stat for you. 40% of our preferred customers end up being consultants. And if you can just get people on product, they're sold. They're sold, okay? So, all right, back to talking about people we're acquainted with and people who we don't know, okay? So 2 different scenarios. So people that we're acquainted with. So let's just say I'm grocery shopping at the Kroger Marketplace in Maryville, Tennessee. I see somebody, this happens a lot, I see somebody that I'm acquainted with. Hey, hello, how's little Johnny live in school this year? Yeah, I can't believe how fast it's gone by, blah, 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 blah. I go home, we're friends on Facebook, or I become friends with him on Facebook. I message him and say, hey, so awesome to see you at Kroger Marketplace today. Can you really believe school's almost done? You are so fun to talk to. I wish we hung out together more. I am sending out some samples to some people who are interested in product, and why not send one to you? I thought to myself. So if you want to drop me your address, I'll just plop this in the mail. So great to see you today. No pressure to buy anything, nothing. I just think you're awesome and wanted to send you a sample. Boom. Yeah. And after you send them a sample, we're going to talk tomorrow about how you follow up with that. Okay. All right. Category number 3, people you don't know, completely cold contacts. All right. So what's Liz doing these days? My favorite thing, I'm shopping. Okay. And I'm not finding what I need to find online. So I've driven to the stores. All right. Through that, I have made several contacts. Do you believe there's people outside this house? I can't believe it. Okay. So I've gone to West Town Mall. And over the weekend, I was with my mom and Greer. We made 2 contacts, all right? So here's how it went down. They're checking me out. They're so nice. One of them even commented on my necklace. One of them lives in Maryville. So see what I'm doing here? Like I'm asking questions. Like they'll say something and I'll be like, oh, I'll ask a question back. And they'll go on and, oh, really? And one of them was telling me their ethnicity and all this kind of stuff, like where they grew up. Like you can get into a deep conversation with people. Before Liz leaves, I say, you know what? I really enjoyed talking to you. You are so fun and you were so helpful. I have a skincare business and I would love to send you a sample. If you'll jot down your address, I'll plop one in the mail to you. You would not believe, like they fall over themselves. They give me their address, their email, their cell phone number. It goes along. People want to get stuff in the mail. I'm telling you. Okay. So I'm making up some goodie bags to send them out. I am leading with product, okay? And this makes me nervous to tell you as an RFXer because I've always been so business driven. And don't get me wrong, like I have an ulterior ultimatum with all these people. They're all going to end up in my business. But when I was at Voices of the Field a couple of years ago, Michelle Leatham stood on stage and she said, of course, she wants us to lead with product because she doesn't want us to get in trouble and she doesn't want us to be seen as a direct salesy person. Yeah, thanks, Michelle. But what she said just really resonated with me and hit me hard. She was like, why not lead with the product? It's so easy. We're number 1. Who's going to say no to a sample? And what a great lead-in that's much less cumbersome and tacky and not as, not going to make somebody feel awkward or weird or you feel awkward or weird than leading with product. And I was like, yeah, why not? Why not lead with product? Because Liz has always been like a hardcore business. And so I want you to use your thinking cap when you're going after somebody. Do I need to hit this person with the business right away? Are they ready? Do they have trust in me? Or do we need to start at product? I don't have a relationship with them yet, and we need to build that. And that's going to be up to you. That's up to you to decide. Now, here's to say that I couldn't meet somebody in a hot tub tomorrow and we'll start talking about the business. If they walk right into it and I'm feeling that the time is right, you better believe it. I am going to tell them about the opportunity and I'm going to send them a sample, okay? But 9 times out of 10, we are fast-moving people. We are on the go. And so it's very limited time. And what I found is it's so uncomfortable for me to sit there and say, okay, I have this great business opportunity that I'd love to tell you about, rather than me just saying, hey, can I get your address and email? And I want to send you a sample of a business that I have, a skincare business. Yes. And then we can work through the process of me telling you about the business and bringing you in. Does this make sense? Yes, it makes sense, okay? So what I want you to do, call to action, I want you to think about those people right now who you are getting ready to reach out to, okay? And think, do I need to hit them with the business? Are they ready? Have they been in my pipeline? Did they not respond to me when I talked about the business? What if I just went back to them and offered them a sample? You know, you think through that. Revisit your list with this, okay? Because we're going to talk about follow-up tomorrow, so we're going to talk more about this, okay? When I send a sample out, this is very important. And I feel like some people, I take this for granted because I'm very, how do I say it? Anything worth doing is worth doing well. Yeah. It's like when I decorate my house. If I'm going to decorate it, by gosh, we're going to go all out, right? Yeah, it drives my husband crazy. If I'm going to send you a sample, then it is going to be indicative of the person that I am. And it's going to tell you how much I'm going to take care of you, all right? So when I send a sample, I don't just plop this in the mail. No, not just this, okay? If I'm sending you a sample, you're going to get a full line catalog, all right? You would be so surprised. I used to be so against these. I used to think this was Mary Kay. I'm like, why does everybody goes online. But let me tell you, just like going to the store like I did this weekend, getting stuff like this is a novelty. And people actually do sit down and look at it. And I think it's because so much of our life is online right now. And so when we get something like this, it's like we read it and we look at it. Okay, and this is a great piece to upsell to your preferred customers, by the way. They need to get at least one of these a year. So they get a full line catalog. You can order this under consultant only products. They get a sample of active hydration. They get a sample of the microdermabrasion paste. They get a give it a glow sample. They get my business card. And they get a wonderful little note from me. So this is personalized stationery, okay, that I had done from a company called Minted, okay? Get you some personalized stationery, and I'll write on here, hey, Sally, it was so good to meet you this weekend. I can't believe that we both live in Maryville. How fun is that? And we've never run into each other. I am so excited for you to try these products. You told me you were getting ready to turn 56, and girl, you don't look a day over 21. And our products are the #1 premium skincare products in North America. Can you believe that? I have no qualms that this is going to be a transformative product for you. Not that you're not beautiful already. I cannot wait to hear what you think about these products. Okay? That is what your card says. And people get that and they're like, wow, she's amazing. How nice is that? Okay? All right. Questions in the comments, please, about this video. Because again, there are so many different philosophies about how we reach out to people. And there's so many different philosophies about follow-up too. So I encourage the questions. Give me scenarios, examples. This video is specifically about reach outs. Our video on Wednesday is about follow-up. So the questions that you have today should be about an initial reach out. Okay? All right. I hope you guys have a great night.